New York Congressman George Santos will not run for re-election. He made the announcement shortly after the House Ethics Committee released a report on its probe into the Republican lawmaker. In this report, investigators, quote, unanimously concluded there was substantial evidence that Santos misused campaign funds, filed false reports with the Federal Election Commission, and violated federal ethics laws. The panel voted to refer the evidence of the alleged violations to the Justice Department.
Nicole Killian joins us now from Capitol Hill with the latest on this. Nicole, this is a scathing report. I've been looking through it. It speaks about fraudulent conduct, and a lot of people in Congress didn't vote to kick him out because they were waiting for the results of this report. Tell us more about what's inside and what it says.
Yeah, that's right. Well, even just starting with the very first page, there is a lot of troubling information alleging that Congressman Santos basically used his House candidacy, exploited that for his personal gain, whether that was deceiving donors, stealing from his campaign, making fictitious loans to his campaign, among other things. Obviously, this also comes on the heels of that superseding indictment, a 23-count superseding indictment that he faces in federal court. He has pleaded not guilty, but still a lot of overlapping allegations there as well in terms of potentially using some of his donors' credit card information, stealing personal identities. So there is a lot to digest. And as you mentioned, many congressional lawmakers were waiting for the outcome of this report before really kind of casting judgment on the situation. That's why a couple of weeks ago, actually, there have been multiple attempts now to try to expel the congressman from office. But in terms of talking to some of those lawmakers, particularly those in the New York delegation who have really kind of been at the forefront of pushing some of these expulsion resolutions, they believed that once this report came out, that it would likely result in more members coming out in support of expulsion. And we're already seeing that to a certain extent in the statements that some lawmakers are starting to put out as they react to this news.
So, Nicole, any timeline then for when there may be another vote to expel Santos? Because what we hear from him is that he's not going to run for re-election, but doesn't say anything about whether or not he intends to fulfill the rest of this term. I'm also wondering, what else have we heard from Santos?
Well, that's right. I mean, look, the congressman has made clear that he is not going to resign. He continues to say that he should get a due process, in terms of a potential expulsion resolution. It's possible that we could see action as soon as this week. Keep in mind, even though the House has adjourned, they do have what are called pro forma sessions where measures can be introduced. So that is something to potentially watch for going forward. But that being said, again, in terms of some of those lawmakers who did want to move forward with another expulsion resolution, they were prepared to do so potentially, if not now, certainly potentially when lawmakers come back from their Thanksgiving Day break.
And the other big headline where you are, Nicole, the temporary spending bill just passed the Senate in the wee hours overnight. So that means folks can at least breathe through the holidays. But what now is the timeline to avert the next potential shutdown?
Well, this was a two-pronged approach, which was a little different from what we've seen with other continuing resolutions or these types of stopgap measures. But basically, this extends government funding for most agencies through January of next year. And then there's some additional funding that will be extended to government agencies through February 2nd. So the idea is that they can try to get more appropriations bills passed. And as they pass those bills, they'll kind of start pulling back that funding until they can get the rest of those bills passed. So it is kind of a staggered or rolling calendar, if you will. But even in the House just yesterday, we saw them having difficulty just getting a rule passed on an appropriations bill. So it is going to be a pretty heavy lift when lawmakers come back from this break to try to get this all done, if not at the end of this year, certainly into early next year.
All right, Nicole Killian, thank you very much.
You bet.